Good morning, everyone. Today I am excited to show you a lot of changes that I'm making in my lifestyle just to help finish out the pregnancy. So some are like lifestyle changes, some are changes to my diet, but I just thought it would be fun to show you like a full day of changes I'm making to make this like a super healthy pregnancy. Today is actually Sunday. I typically don't film on Sunday, so I'm going to quickly eat breakfast and then I'm gonna go upstairs and finish getting ready for church. So you guys probably know that this has been one of my favorite breakfasts for months now. One thing I am doing today that is different from what I normally do is I am like tracking all of the food that I eat. I feel like it's good to do this every once in a while because it helps you make sure that you're like not overeating or undereating. And I feel like I can tend to go both ways. It's also helpful when you're having ingredients like walnuts that are like higher calorie ingredients that you could easily just add a handful, but obviously like you wouldn't want to do that every day. So I just start with a cup of plain non-fat Greek yogurt. I get this one from Costco. I would get full fat, but they don't have a full fat version. Then I add about a 1/4 cup or more of blueberries. I have this weird thing where I just can't really do frozen blueberries, but I love fresh blueberries. And then I do about 5 to 10 grams of goji berries. These are dried goji berries, and these are like a superfood, and they're really yummy. Then I add about 5 grams of cacao nibs, and then about 10 grams of walnuts. I just kind of break them up as I throw them in. Okay, so that is it for my breakfast. I mentioned in a video months ago about how I used to have like Greek yogurt with like purely Elizabeth granola, which is clean. I felt like I didn't want to buy granola. I know I can make it, but I also felt it'd be healthier if I just did something like this. And this honestly has become like my favorite meal. Sometimes I'll have it for lunch too, or like a smaller version for a snack later. I just feel like all of the different components go together so well. So you should try it. I'm gonna go finish it while I do my hair really quick, and then I'll catch up with you in a bit. Okay, I just finished my bowl of yogurt. I also decided for my hair, I just kind of like smoothed it out. I actually don't have a hair straightener. I just use I have one of those like blow dryers that has like a brush attachment. So I just kind of like wet it and then brushed it. But anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and take my prenatals. I use the Needed Prenatal Multi-Essentials. They have a prenatal that's like more capsules and stuff, but this one is only 3. So I think the other one's like 8. And I think this is fine. I have shared before, this one has folate and choline, which are both like essential things that you need. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these. One of the things that I'll be implementing is trying to be more intentional about having 3 solid meals a day and 2 snacks. I feel like most of you can probably relate to like snacking through meals, especially lunch. I feel like lunch is the hardest one. It's very easy to just like snack on your children's leftovers and not have a full meal yourself. And I definitely feel like a lot of days lately, I've just been like snacking through a lot of my meals instead of just like sitting down and having like a solid meal. So part of that is I am trying to just have 3 meals and 2 snacks. So for my snack today, I'm going to have just like a quick protein shake. And since we have to leave for church in like 10 minutes, but since we're going to church, I'm just gonna like pack it in this jar, which normally we do have other bottles, but I can't find them. So I'm gonna pack it in a jar and just like sip on it at whatever point there's like a break or whatever. And then I'm also like a coffee girl. So I am also going to pack an Americano so I can sip on that during the service. So I'm just gonna add a cup of milk. It's nice because it has the measurements on the mason jar. And then this is my favorite protein powder. It's really clean. It's like grass-fed whey, and it just tastes delicious. So highly recommend this brand.
is breaking his watch?
Anybody see one shoes?
This is my new bag from my sister, which is good because my old one was getting a little like dirty. Anyways, I'm in a rush. I want to know, is this just me or can you relate? One, I'm always the last one out of the house on Sundays. And then two, I always have at least 2 drinks. So water, coffee, and now a protein shake. And then also my cute little Bible bag. I love it so much. Well, I'm gonna head to church and I'll update you guys more later. Bye. Okay, we just made it home from church. Now I'm gonna show you my lunch, which I still need to cook. And then once I finish, I'll talk more to you about kind of what's going on behind these changes in my lifestyle and diet. So yeah.
Great. Take these. Okay.
Okay, meal is finished and I'm really excited because it looks delicious. I massaged some kale, added a little bit of olive oil, lemon juice, and salt, seasoned some black beans, added that, added a 1/2 cup of quinoa, some chicken thighs. I also seasoned the chicken thighs with salt, pepper, a little bit of garlic, Italian seasoning, and then I drizzled a little hot honey on it, and it's really good. And then I topped it with a couple of eggs. So this feels like a big meal, especially when I'm used to like grazing throughout the day instead of like actually sitting down for meals. At least as of lately, I just haven't been good about it. So I wanted to share what's behind all of these like lifestyle changes and changes to my diet. So I've talked in previous videos about how this pregnancy, I have a goal to only gain like the recommended amount of weight. All of my pregnancies have been above the recommended amount, but this pregnancy I've been gaining a little faster than I was hoping. And while I know that weight gain is completely normal and necessary for a healthy pregnancy, I wanted to reach out and get some guidance on ways that I could support my health and the baby's health this pregnancy. Recently, I was able to book an appointment with a dietitian through Nourish, and I honestly left that appointment feeling so encouraged. My dietitian was amazing. She took the time to understand my pregnancy, my goals, my concerns about energy and weight gain, and what life also just really looks like in a busy family. She helped me identify a few gaps in my diet and some habits I had that maybe weren't the best for my goals. Nourish also makes it very simple to book an appointment through their app. You can log meals and activity and also just stay connected with your dietitian between visits through the app. So one thing that was really nice was after my appointment, she gave me a recommended like minimum amount of calories that I should aim for every day, which was super helpful because I feel like when you're pregnant, it makes it a little more confusing. She sent me a sample meal plan. She sent me different like pregnancy specific resources on the app. And then she also requested that I like log a couple days of meals just so she can see like a realistic few days of what I'm eating. Something I actually didn't realize before starting with Nourish is that they can order blood work for you as well, and then run that just to give you a full view of your health. And if cost is something you're thinking about, 94% of patients pay 0 money out of pocket. And they also have the Nourish guarantee, which means no surprise billing, and your first appointment will always be covered. So since meeting with my Nourish dietitian, here are some of the changes that I'm making. So first, I talked about, maybe some habits that weren't helping me. One is me and my husband occasionally go through a kick where on the weekends we just eat ice cream together with like no portion control or anything. We just eat ice cream. And while it's like a fun, special thing. It's just not helping me towards my goals for this pregnancy. Not that we can't have ice cream, but maybe just like being more mindful of portions going forward. I'm also focusing on my daily movement. So while I do feel like really good about working out this pregnancy, I feel like I've been very consistent. I will say I feel like my step count is kind of low. I feel like a lot of it has to do with like homeschool mornings. I feel like most homeschool mornings, I'm really just sitting in the same spot for like hours. So I want to be really intentional about trying to get around 9,000 steps a day on top of my like normal weightlifting routine. She also reminded me of how important DHA is in pregnancy. So she recommended that I either supplement that or just try to eat salmon twice a week. So I'm going the salmon route because I love salmon. I actually had a lot of fun talking to my dietitian through Nourish. So if you've been wanting personalized nutrition care, use the link below to check out Nourish and book your first appointment with a Nourish dietitian in under 5 minutes. I am going to finish my lunch and then we'll go to the gym. Okay, upon further thought, I feel like I've worked out at the gym enough this week. And since today is like my first day of trying to like focus on my steps, I think I'm just gonna go on a walk around the neighborhood and then maybe walk more later. Because yeah, I feel like you have to be very intentional if you're trying to get like 9,000 steps, at least for my lifestyle. I feel like I do. So I'm gonna go on a walk now and then see how many steps I'm at after that, and then maybe go on another little walk later. Thankfully, I do have a walking pad in my bedroom, so maybe I'll start using that too. But okay, let's stop stalling. I'm gonna fill up my water and go on a walk. I just started on my walk through the neighborhood. I checked my steps, and right now I'm at 3,000. So I have 6,000 left. It's also a really hot day, so probably not the best time of year to start a walking goal, but let's do it. Okay, so I'm on lap 3, and I've calculated that each lap is about 1,250 steps. I feel like if I did 4, then I'd be good for the day. But also, it looks like it's about to rain, and I checked the forecast, and it says it's literally gonna rain just this hour, and that's it. Also, I'm listening to the Bright Hearth podcast, and I haven't listened to it in so long because I used to listen to it literally every day when I would go on a walk, and I'm enjoying it so much. I'll share the episode that I'm listening to down below so you can know what I was listening to on this walk. Okay, it says I'm at 7,000, so I feel like, you know, rest of the day walking around, and then if I need to like hop on my walking pad a little bit before bed, it should be fine. Okay, I'm back from my walk. It ended up like pouring right after I came in, so it was perfect timing. So yeah, it's interesting. One thing with Nourish, I actually kind of want to reach out to my dietitian on the app because I'm supposed to be having like a full, huge meal and a snack, but I'm just like still not even hungry from my last meal. So I don't know. So I'm going to reach out to her about that. But I'm going to go ahead and prep the meal so then I can just eat it when I'm ready to eat. And then I think my husband, he's taking the boys to work. So me and my daughter might try to have some like girl time. So I'm just gonna prep this so I can go do that and not have to worry about cooking later. So along with the salmon, I'm just gonna be having some zucchini. I had also added, like, when I planned out my meals for today and the calories, and my dietitian gave me some ideas too, I had planned to also have like sweet potato with it. But right now, like, I just can't imagine eating a sweet potato along with this. So I think I'm just gonna do the squash and salmon. So then I can still have my snack, which is just gonna be, you know, you'll see what my snack is. It's a major surprise. Okay, I actually decided I'm going to set the salmon aside. So I'm gonna put these in first for about 12 minutes and then add the salmon. Okay, I just got the idea that like a yum yum sauce would sound so good with this, but I just realized we don't have any mayonnaise and I could make some really quick. Let me see. I'm upstairs. My husband is still with the boys at work, but I wanted to show you my finished dinner. I'm actually really excited about it. And I am starting to get a little hungry, so it works out. But I did the salmon, the squash, and I just seasoned those both with just salt and pepper. But then I made the yum yum sauce, and I'm really excited I did because it's just like the perfect combo. So I'm gonna eat this. Me and my daughter are gonna have a little girls' night. I think we're gonna watch The Princess Bride. I'll have to like look up if there's any like anything not clean in it, but I feel like that's just like a classic movie that Christians watch. So I think it should be fine. Yeah, I'm gonna eat this and then I'll come back to you when I make my snack. It's a little later and I'm back with my snack, which is the same as my breakfast. This is just my favorite thing right now. I just love like a sweet thing at the end of the night, and this satisfies that for me, even though it's really not that sweet, but this just hits the spot for me. So once again, Greek yogurt, blueberries, goji berries, cacao nibs, and walnuts. So yeah, me and my daughter are finishing up The Princess Bride. I'm gonna snack on this, and then I'm gonna check my steps. If anything, I probably have like 500 left, which I could get quickly. So I might get out the walking pad and finish that. But I'm gonna say bye here. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please like and subscribe. I post videos every Tuesday. Also, don't forget to check out Nourish. I'll have a link below where you can sign up. I'll see you in the next one.